All right, we're here with the Ithaca College women's basketball team after the Bombers just defeated 14th ranked St. Joe's 74-63 to advance to the Sweet 16, which will be the team's first appearance since the 2013-14 season. Coach, you just want to talk a little bit about tonight's game?
Yeah, I mean, what we talked about downstairs is just the fact that on any given night, we don't know who's going to be the one that's going to step up. I mean, last night was Grace. Tonight, these two, came up big whenever we needed them to. And then, I guess probably our one constant is Cassidy. It's so nice to have someone in the middle of the floor that you can throw the ball to and she's going to make a play for you. So we can't forget about her either. But anything that we talk about on the offensive end is secondary to what we did defensively tonight, I think. Especially in that first half. We just got after it and made them very uncomfortable. And I think their best player, that number 10, the fact that she had, I think, 2 offensive fouls in the first half, that's because of the pressure. She wasn't used to seeing the pressure that we were able to apply. So I think overall, the contributions that we're getting from all 15 of our players is just what sets us apart from a lot of teams.
Yeah. And we're also joined with Annie Giannone, finished the night 22 points, 9 assists, 5 rebounds, and KellyAnne O'Reilly, she had 19 points and 5 rebounds. So we'll now open it up to some questions.
So Jackson Roberts, ICTV. Coach, 400th career win for you here at IC. Can you just tell me what that means to you?
It just means that I've been very fortunate to be in a place where I've gotten really good players and really good people. More than the players, it's really good people that commit to each other, commit to the ideals and the principles that we have in place here. So, and I told them downstairs, I've never made a field goal, never gotten a rebound or anything like that. It's just the quality of individuals that we get here is what has enabled me to be here this long and be this successful.
Coach, what specifically do you think was working so well defensively? You guys seem to really, get after it, be as aggressive as possible against, coming in the number 14th ranked team in the nation, put up a ton of points.
Well, I mean, if you stop and look at it, they, all the film that we watched on them, nobody pressured them like we were able to pressure them. So it's what we talked about the last 3 weeks of the season is pressure and pace, all right? Apply pressure and play at the pace that we want to play at. So when St. Joe's was able to get back in the game, they controlled the pace. So, just helping our players recognize that, we got to get it back where we need it to be. And so we started off in the first half, played exceptionally well, and then we're able to just kind of maintain for the most part.
Andy, Eli Earhart, the Ithacan, not just scoring but passing in the first half, you really dominated. What did you see on the court?
I think we just all played together on the offensive end. It was huge for us. We talk about it all the time. We just read each other so well and find each other. When we need a big basket, someone steps up. So I think that was huge for us on the offensive end.
I'll ask another one. So, Annie, I'm going to ask both of you a question here. So, Annie, we had said 22 in the game, but you had 18 in the first half. So, talk about your first half, and then KellyAnne, I want you to just talk about. It seems like all season long, Annie was just talking about big shots. That you're that person that's there to make big shots, and that's all you did tonight. So, can you just talk about your game tonight too?
I think the biggest thing is just that my teammates put me in great positions to hit those shots, and they trust me to hit those shots. So I think that really helps and gives me the confidence to then do that for them.
And just piggybacking off of that, in the first half, my teammates trusted me to have the ball in my hands. Cassidy was setting some great screens. I was able to come off them hard and get back to the basket. So I think that was huge for us.
I have a question for the players. You talk about trust so much because it's very clear on and off the court how close you guys are. How important is it to have that kind of chemistry on and off the court, just so you know where our players are going to be and know what all of your strengths and weaknesses might be?
I think it's huge. I think if you don't, a chemistry can make or break a team. And I think 1 through 15, we all are very close. We have this togetherness about us that I think is just huge for us. They're my best friends in the whole world. I consider them my family. So I think that translates on the court for sure.
For you guys, I'm sure this energy level is certainly an uptick from what we're used to seeing. Just talk about how that played into your game tonight.
It was awesome. I've never really played in an environment like that. I know they have a few years back, but I think it was just really cool to see how they were feeding off and giving us energy, and we were giving them energy. So I think that was pretty cool.
In the second half, it seemed like Kelsey Mara, she kind of found her groove. What kind of changed defensively for you guys in the first and second half when they were more so the first half and the second half?
I think we stuck with the same defensive plan. I think she's just a very, very good player. She hit shots when her team needed to, when her team needed her to, and she does that. We knew she would do that. We knew she would get on a roll there. So I think what worked for us in the second half, we just responded every single time she did that. We never let up. We just kept going.
Coach, and take some time and celebrate this big win here tonight, but get back at it and get a kind of a week of going through some classes, and then you hit the road most likely to take on your next opponent. So how do you keep this momentum and this focus moving forward?
You know, that they do such a great job of feeding off each other. You know, and you mentioned, you know, the chemistry that we have on the court. It's even better off the court. You know, and at this point in the season, I talked with other coaches, and nobody really wants to practice. Let's face it. So trying to keep practice fresh is a challenge. We try to shorten it, and we try to make sure that we're doing things that, you know, help us stay, you know, together and doing the right things. But at the same time, we got to make it as fun as we possibly can at the same time too, because it's a long season. You know, now we're into what, our 20th week, consecutive.
Coach, I guess generally, you know, these last two games, when you don't see opponents as much as you might in the regular season, how does that change the way you guys prepare, or does it?
I don't think it is as much for us. You know, we make some slight adjustments how we want to defend certain, you know, plays or people, individuals. But I think the biggest thing to our advantage is I don't think there's any teams in the country probably that can go 10 deep like we do. And, you know, every now and then we just all five, subbing in and out. So the adjustment that we're forcing other teams to make, I think that's significant.
Any more questions? So you're 24-5. We don't know who you're playing or where, but we know that you got one more week left. So best of luck next weekend, and congrats on this weekend's wins.
Thank you
Thank
very
you.
much.
Thank you.
Thank you.